The mission of the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office is to support American innovation, issue patent and trademarks, and ultimately drive economic growth. Kathi Vidal is the Undersecretary of Commerce for Intellectual Property and Director of the office. Kathi, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
So how does protecting American intellectual property protect American innovation?
Well, thank you for asking that. It's critical that we protect innovation with intellectual property, not only to incentivize investment in the innovation and to bring that innovation to market so that we can all benefit from the innovation, but also to ensure that others don't later steal that innovation.
And when we're talking about patenting things, what specifically can be patented, and what's the benefit of having a patent?
So any good idea can be patented. That's the whole purpose of the system. So in terms of what can be patented, it can be anything from the idea of a windshield wiper that's intermittent, to a light bulb, to some sort of an implementation on a computer where you've improved the computer, to a handbag that you've designed in a different way. There's two kinds of patents. One is a utility patent that protects more of the technological changes, but also there are design patents that may protect the design of something that you're offering.
And tell us about how long the average patent application process is from start to finish.
So the average process can take a couple years, but we do have a couple programs in place where we can actually expedite applications. So we are working very hard to identify key technologies and to support those who are new to the patent system so that they can get their patent more quickly, incentivize investment, and bring products to market more quickly. And I will also add that even having a patent pending, so the minute that you file for a patent, you can say you have a patent pending. That in and of itself can help you attract investment and can keep people away from your invention.
The agency just launched its Women Entrepreneurship Initiative. Why the focus on women?
So first of all, I will say we are focused on everyone who is not currently represented in the innovation ecosystem through our Council for Inclusive Innovation. The reason we decided to launch a specific initiative with women first before we move to other sectors is because of the opportunity that we know that women are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs. At the same time, they lack access to funding. So we want to make sure we're bringing everyone together to solve those issues. We also know that if we can improve female access, women access, and access by others to the innovation ecosystem, for example, if we can quadruple the number of inventors, we can increase GDP by $1 trillion. So we're talking not only about economic prosperity, but about jobs for Americans.
So how does that initiative work, the Women's Entrepreneurship Initiative?
So thank you for that. So what we're doing is we're bringing together women and funders and those who support women across the country, and we're making sure we give them access to mentors, that we teach them how to get funding, how to protect their intellectual property, to make sure that they can then build on that intellectual property and seek investment. So we are going to start hosting We Wednesdays once a month. We invite everyone to join. In our first session, we have over 1,000 women joining us, and look forward to just providing a support mechanism, not creating something new, but leveraging all the great resources across this country, both public and private, to support women.
And what impact do you expect that it will have, and what have you seen already?
So we just launched it, so we have not seen the impact yet. I will say that we get out and meet women where they are. We know that women generally thrive in collaboration. When we get out and meet women where they are, the numbers are staggering. So right now, the percent of women listed on patents is about 12 to 13%. When we meet women where they are with free legal services to help them patent, that number jumps to 41%. So we know the statistics are there, the data is there, and we just need to do our work.
And you mentioned free legal services. Tell me a little bit more about what the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office offers as far as pro bono legal support.
And thank you for asking that question. As soon as I got into this position, that was one thing I doubled down on immediately. So the USPTO offers pro bono through collaboration with 21 organizations that cover the entire United States. Anybody can go to a search tool and type in USPTO and pro bono, and find out how to access those free legal services. We also collaborate with law school clinics throughout the country for both patents and trademarks, and we have other legal services as well. So our goal generally is to make sure that everybody has access to the innovation ecosystem. Everybody learns about patenting and about protecting IP early, and then we give them the resources and tools to do so.
Well, talking about learning, you encourage entrepreneurship at all ages. There's something called Camp Invention.
Yes, thanks. Thank you for mentioning Camp Invention. So it's a collaboration that we have with the National Inventors Hall of Fame. It is critical that we reach children early. Everybody's born an innovator, and we just need to let them know that they can unleash that potential, that they can protect their ideas with intellectual property. And so what we do is we go out throughout schools in the country. We're going to ramp this up even more. Last year, we taught 250,000 children about the value of innovation and about protecting their IP. And by the end of the week, they are asking questions that we hear from adults, like, how can I protect my merch on the internet? So the work that we're doing now is really going to set the pace for the future.
Kathi, what's going on with the military? Obviously, it's a big innovator. What is the agency doing to help protect defense technologies?
So that's a great question. When I define inclusive innovation, I'm really speaking about everyone. So not just those that identify as diverse, but importantly, the military families, veterans. And as you mentioned, there is a lot of innovation coming out of our military. So what we are doing is, as with any other initiative, we are meeting people where they are. I just came back from Fort Bragg, where not only did I meet with entrepreneurs who were either in the military and were doing entrepreneurship as a second job or part of military families, I also met with the chief technology officer on the base to figure out how we can do more to make sure that all the great innovation coming out of our military not only benefits the military, but also creates jobs in the country and benefits the country as a whole.
And how is the agency approaching new technologies like the Metaverse and digital assets? And, you know, there's the so-called non-fungible tokens.
Exactly. So part of our mission is to make sure that we are protecting and incentivizing innovation for the country in all areas, especially in key technology areas. So when it comes to things like emerging technologies and artificial intelligence, we've started a partnership where we meet regularly with the public, with stakeholders, to figure out how we can be doing a better job in terms of creating the rules, the infrastructure to incentivize and protect innovation. When it comes to non-fungible tokens and the metaverse and all of those types of things, it's not just a matter of what the USPTO can do, it's what the government can do. So we're collaborating with the Copyright Office, and we're seeking public comment on how we can protect innovation in that space.
And what's the agency doing to support sustainable technologies to combat climate change?
And sustainable technologies are one of the most key technologies. Anything that really benefits the world as a whole, the country, we are focused on, whether it's related to health or related to the environment. And so what we are doing in that regard is we do have an expedited examination program so that people can get their patents more quickly when they invent in this space, so that we can incentivize innovation and really get those climate and sustainable innovations into the market more quickly. We are also working across borders on that with other agencies in other countries to make sure that we're collaborating and that we're doing this as a world, not just as a country, including being a partner with WIPO, the World Intellectual Property Organization, in terms of providing a marketplace for green technologies.
And can you expand on that, Kathi, about what you're doing to protect American intellectual property abroad?
So thank you for asking that. I just came back from Southeast Asia a couple months ago, and what we're doing abroad is we want to make sure that other countries have a robust and reliable IP infrastructure like the United States. A lot of our allies do. Some of the more developing countries need assistance with their laws. They need support. They need to make sure that they're moving in the right direction. And so we are there to help. We have attachés across the world. We are in those countries and working to develop the infrastructure in those countries. And we're also, through our attaché program, we're also there to help companies in the US navigate the systems in other countries. And then beyond that, we're trying to make sure that the access to protection across the world is easy. So we're trying to harmonize with other countries so that we don't have different rules and different structures everywhere.
What would you say is the greatest challenge that the USPTO is facing right now?
I think the greatest challenge is just time. Right now is the time. The entire country is focused on our goals. Business and industry, they're all focused on the goals that we have. And we just need to move quickly to make sure that we're developing at a fast pace, that those who don't have access to the innovation ecosystem hear about it sooner rather than later, so that we can create jobs and economic prosperity.
You've been in office just under a year, so it's still early, but I wonder, what are you most hoping to accomplish as you head into the next year for the USPTO?
So I would say it falls in two buckets. One is what we've been talking about, which is really making sure that we're out there meeting people where they are, giving them the resources to protect their innovation, protect their brands, and bring their brands to market. So part of it is really just trying to have a major impact on jobs in this country. The other part is to make sure that our system works properly, that everything within the USPTO in terms of how we patent, how we register trademarks, how quickly we do it, and what the laws are in the country around what is and is not patent eligible. We want to make sure we're playing our role to get that as right as possible so that the system works for everyone.
And Kathi, you have extensive experience in the private sector. You have an engineering background. How does that shape your leadership of the Patent and Trademark Office?
So as I was being confirmed, the one thing that I thought about was, it doesn't matter what my background is. What matters is that I'm open to listening to others. So certainly I do have a technical background. I've been in industry. I've invested in startups. I've been on a board of a startup. So I've seen a lot. And what I know is I don't have all the answers. That it's really critical to me that I speak to stakeholders. I've been doing that since day one. And that whatever we do is to the benefit of the entire country.
And I know you've been a big supporter of getting more young girls into the STEM fields.
Absolutely. I've been working on that, on women, girls, diversity for a very long time. And I just couldn't be more thrilled to have the platform I have now, to have the resources I have now, and the collaborations across government and across the public-private sector to really move the needle in a meaningful way.
And just finally, give us an idea of how many employees you have and how big the budget is.
So the employee base, which my colleagues, there are 13,000 of us. Our budget is over $4 billion. So we certainly have the resources. We have incredible people here that are really working every day for the country to make sure we get this done.
All right, Kathi, nice talking to you. Thanks so much for being on the program.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any future Government Matters interviews.